For this presentation, I will be offering a critique of the popular novel titled Give and Take by Adam Grant. Hi everyone, my name is Kara Stevenson, and I'm a member of this leadership development course. We've likely interacted throughout this class, sharing our personal and professional experiences involving our skills as both leaders and followers. One of my life-changing leadership experiences was traveling to South Central Mexico, pictured here, and living abroad for 3 months as a volunteer and leading as a teacher in various classrooms of children ages 3 months to 4 years. In his novel, Give and Take, Adam Grant utilizes over 265 reference points to various studies conducted about the workplace, leadership, and giving, and draws a connection to how those concepts lead us down the path to success. The book piqued my interest due to the lived work experience I've had of witnessing givers and takers in my various workplaces. In Give and Take, Grant also includes a section in the back of the book titled Actions for Impact, which includes various activities you can elect to participate in if you're interested in diving deeper into the realm of giving as a driver to your success. I've listed one such activity via his website to test your giver quotient here. In the introduction of his novel, as well as throughout the book, Adam Grant uses anecdotal accounts, including stories, interviews, and statistics from various successful leaders throughout the nation who have participated in the 3 styles of reciprocity: givers, matchers, and takers. The underlying question is introduced: how can givers possibly be more successful than matchers or takers? If they're giving their time, resources, and energy, how likely is it for them to get ahead, particularly in the working world? We find ourselves asking the questions: which reciprocity style do I exhibit most? How does my style as a giver, matcher, or taker influence my role as a leader? How does it influence my followers? While Adam uses various sources for his claims, he cites them in the back of the novel, allowing for a more natural flow for the reader. This book shares personal stories, methods, and legitimate data that tell us, as the reader, how to obtain success while being a giver towards others is possible. We will explore the key concepts that contribute to giver success. Throughout his novel, Grant insists that givers obtain more success over time than their counterparts. He aims to explore the separation between givers at the top and the bottom of the success ladder and highlights the differences in the giving style of success compared to taking and matching. For example, givers, matchers, and takers are all likely to encounter success, but their method of reciprocity impacts how others view and treat them. It also impacts the longevity of their successes. Givers' success is unique, benefiting others and spreading positive influence through their network while promoting their cause. Additionally, reciprocity styles impact people on both an individual and collective measure. Our individual styles of reciprocity impact more than just ourselves. They impact our teams, our reputations, and our future successes. There is a difference between selfless giving and otherish giving, and that difference impacts an individual's success. The data shows givers fall at both the top and the bottom of the success ladder, and Grant provides insight into how to be a successful giver. In other words, he discusses how self-interest and a concern for others are not mutually exclusive. Successful givers balance their ambition with others' best interests. Also described by Grant as otherish giving, successful givers create boundaries that allow them personal accomplishments that also benefit everyone involved. The most effective leaders prefer to give than take. Throughout history, Some of the most successful leaders have been givers. Just two that Grant profiles in his novel include Abraham Lincoln and longtime writer for The Simpsons, George Meyer. Givers are willing to sacrifice their personal glory for the benefit of the team. Who doesn't love a leader like that? Grant uses hundreds of collections of data to back up his claims. Strategic givers are overall the most successful in whatever profession they work in. Grant's novel is the culmination of his own research as an organizational psychologist, as well as data collected from various sources that confirm his claim of giver success, which he individually cites in the back of his novel. Grant himself has published over 60 scholarly articles regarding his contributions to various research. Additionally, finding scholarly and peer-reviewed articles outside of what he incorporated in his novel that mirror the same factual basis was fairly simple, as Grant's ideals are supported by research. Articles with titles such as Leadership as Genuine Giving by Hultman and Leading Through Giving and Collaborating by Carpenter reiterate the fundamental concepts that Grant elaborates on in his novel. Givers not only create pathways to success, but actually spread it through an organization. Throughout the book, Grant discusses his own assumptions, particularly about givers, and willingly disregards them after collecting, analyzing, and accounting for the actual data. While he mentions being pro-giver, he integrates data and research to present as fact. His novel is written more casually than you'd expect, particularly since it is based on psychological research, and reads quite easily as he includes the anecdotal and real-life scenarios to back up his research. Grant's novel most closely aligns with Peter Northhouse's theory of servant leadership found in the 7th edition. Taken from the Northhouse text, servant leadership begins with the natural feeling that one wants to serve first. Then conscious choice brings one to aspire to lead. Northhouse and Grant highlight the ability for givers or servants to create a ripple effect within their organization and positively influence others to give. It is that influence that inspires matchers to lean towards giving, thereby creating an overall atmosphere of giving. Based on data collection, Grant argues that the giver reciprocity style is the most valuable for the reader. Grant's work encourages the reader to think about their personal experiences and reciprocity style while providing examples and facts of the value giving creates. The reader is challenged to consider their past, present, and future interactions of reciprocity and how it relates to their success. If you're interested in learning how to create an atmosphere of giving that positively benefits you and your workplace, I highly recommend this book. In particular, Grant's novel includes psychological data without coming across as clinical or boring. I feel Grant's ability to include statistical data to support his claims really adds to the credibility of his ideas and methods presented in the book. He accomplishes teaching the reader not only that givers are more successful leaders overall, but how to implement giving into our personal and professional lives. Throughout his career, Grant has contributed to the research conducted regarding giving, leadership, and success. I was definitely surprised as the reader to learn the distinction between two styles of giving, selfless giving and otherish giving, and how those differences impact success. Personally, I relate to the idea of giving versus taking, and I am looking forward to integrating some of the methods presented in the book into my daily interactions with others. If you're interested in exploring this topic, I've included some additional resources Grant offers through podcasts, TED Talks, and his website. I myself took the test to find out my giver quotient and definitely learned more about myself based on my results. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my critique on the book Give and Take by Adam Grant.